Hey, this is Sister Colton. We will be starting Lesson 10, and the topic this week is on work, which you all are a great example of that throughout the semester, the hard work you've put in to keep up on all the assignments and to learn. We are 10 weeks in, which is crazy that we only have about a month left of this semester. So I would encourage you, like I have in my note for this week, to push through, work hard all the way to the end. I hope we don't start to lose momentum or steam towards the end. I would encourage you to continue to work hard. One thing I hope that more of you are watching these videos because it helps prevent you making a mistake on the application activity and having to miss points or having to resubmit. So I walk through the assignments to really help you. So I hope that we can get more people to watch these. That will prevent the errors that I'm seeing. I wanted to talk to you about first the discussion board. One thing to remember, oh, and you know what, sorry, I think I always do this. Okay, I think because I'm not in student view, it's not going to show me the topic. But when it gives you prompts, and I won't go in the way that I go because I don't want it to show any personal information on any students. Okay. I'll just talk to you about it. Anytime there is a discussion board, I would encourage you, make sure that you are responding to the prompt. And sometimes those prompts, it says pick one, and there's 4 different ones you could answer. Sometimes there's more than one question within one of the options you choose. So if there are 2 or 3 questions, if it says, tell us about someone that was an example of hard work. What did they teach you? What did you learn? How do you hope others will follow this? Make sure you're answering all those questions in your post. So I hope that is clear, and hopefully that will help us have rich conversation and learn from one another. The next thing that I want to go over, I just clicked. Okay, is our application activity. Okay, you watch a video this week for one of your assignments and kind of shows the work of Tyler Haws, a basketball player for BYU, the hard work that he went through. So this week, you're going to think of a time, like it says right here. Think of a time in your life when you got the benefits or the blessings of hard work. For some reason, you had to work hard and you were blessed for it. And then you have 3 ways to share that with me. So you can either write a story in a Word document. If you feel more comfortable typing up a 2-page story about your experience, make sure, like it says here, gather your thoughts, the work you completed, the blessings you experienced, because it will show here, make sure that it's interesting and the reader is engaged. So if you show this paper to anyone else, it's engaging and interesting to read, at least 2 pages long, okay? So that's 2 full pages. Don't do a full page and then half, or just 1 page, or some on a 2nd page. It needs to be 2 full pages, then double spaced, and the font needs to be Times New Roman with 12-point font. So I'm going to show you, I've got a Word document where I kind of typed up an example, just the beginning of an example. Obviously, this would not qualify because it's not 2 pages. But you'll see here, if I highlight everything, if I haven't done this before, I've already started typing, you can just highlight everything, and then up here is where we have the font. I'm too impatient and I click too many times. And I'll go down and I'll get Times New Roman. So I go to the T's, and I click right there. It'll change it to the font that it's asking for. Make sure that it's 12. Mine's already at 12-point font. Now to get double spaced. What that means, you can't see my part of the screen, but at the top I have a thing called Format. If I click on Format, I format the paragraph, and this should pull up. See the line spacing? This is under the big heading of spacing. Under line spacing, right now it's single. There's no spacing between the lines. There's just, we want that to be double. And I made sure all of it was highlighted. You can go in and do these settings before you even start typing, so it automatically does it double. And you'll see now it's double. Now as I type, it'll always be double spaced. Okay. So make sure, I'm trying to think if there was another place. But just go to Format and then Paragraph. I think that's going to be your best option for choosing double spaced. So 2 pages about a time when you had a work experience. And even my example talks about, I took a humanities class, so I explained the experience for the circumstances. I was a freshman in college, taken a humanities class when I hadn't really learned a lot about some of that in the humanities class that I was taking, so it wasn't necessarily my strength or my interest, and so it was hard for me. I really had to study a lot for that class. The tests were really hard, but I would go to the library every day and make sure that a big portion of my study time was towards that class. Just because when it doesn't something that you're interested in a lot, then it's harder to learn. But I stuck with it. I didn't get the best grade, but I got a decent grade. So, and I learned a lot. So that was the blessing of me having hard work. So if you don't want to type, your next option, so you can either type your story, sorry, I have a band-aid on my finger, or the next one's a PowerPoint. If you're not comfortable with PowerPoint, type a story. But if you like PowerPoint, make sure that, like it says here, have pictures in it. You can either put your own pictures or clip art. That's like little comic pictures. And make sure that you describe your circumstances, kind of like I did. I was a freshman in college, not knowing a lot about humanities. The work you completed, and then the blessings that you experienced. I'm looking for those 3 things. It's hard to have my fingers on this. 3 things. And like here, it needs to be at least 5 slides. So I'm looking to make sure you have 5 slides. You can have more, but you for sure have to have 5. Another thing you need to have is one of your slides. Your first slide should be a slide that has your title. And then a slide to describe your circumstances, then a slide for your work, and then a slide describing the blessings, and then a conclusion slide. So make sure you have those. If you have a few more, that's fine. The last one is if you are really tech savvy, you can do a video, kind of like I'm doing now. Your video needs to be appropriate enough to be able to be interesting to someone, and then make sure you're covering those questions. What were the circumstances, the work you completed, and the blessings? Like it says here, in order to make sure you get all that, it should at least be 2.5 minutes. My video now has been 8 minutes. I don't have a problem doing long videos. I do too long. So make sure that you have clear images, pictures, well spoken and clear. You'll upload it onto YouTube and then send me the URL. That's how lots of times I share with some of you, just give you the link to my YouTube video and I'm able to view it. It tells you here that how it's graded, so make sure that you look for that to make sure you get the full points. And then the last thing I want to do is a little English tip. If you have questions about this application activity, please ask. I'd love to answer any questions. Okay, quickly, I'm going to talk about articles. Now, an article, like it says here, what is an article? It's pretty much an adjective. So it modifies the noun. So it goes before the noun. In English, we have the, okay, or a and an. So it's kind of 3, but these 2, you only would use one or the other. The is when we're talking about something specific. A or an is when we're not talking about a specific noun. So the difference is definite, that's the, and indefinite. I hope that you don't really need to remember that part. Just remember the is when we have a specific noun we're talking about. Let me show you an example. If I say, let's read the book, I'm talking about a specific book. Maybe we're at a book club where we're getting together to talk about a book. Let's go ahead and read the book. There's going to be a book we're talking about, a certain title. not just a book, any book. If we said, let's read a book, before next time, read a book. You could read anything. There wasn't a specific one. It says, I mean any book rather than just a specific book. It could be anything. So let me give you some examples down here. The is used to refer to like a specific or particular member of a group, like here. I just saw the most popular movie of the year. And some people say the or the, either one. There are many movies, but they're talking about the most popular ones. They're just talking about one specific movie. If I said, I saw a movie last month, we wouldn't know which one because it could be any movie. It's just a movie. With my kids, I would never say, go ahead and close a door. If there's a certain door I want closed, I would say which one. Go close the front door. I'm not just saying, go close a door. Then they could go shut their bedroom door or go shut the laundry room door. I want the front door. So in front of door, which is my noun, I'm going to have, instead of just a door, go close the front door. So it's more specific. I hope that's not too confusing, but also helpful. Now the confusing part is and an. And I can go over this again if it's too much now, but when we're going to use if I am just saying my daughter really wants a dog, it doesn't matter what kind, it's just any dog, then I use and the reason I use instead of an is only used when the noun is going to start with a vowel. So A, E, I, O, or U. So as you'll see here, dog does not start with a vowel, so I don't need an, I just need a dog. If I look here, somebody call a policeman. We don't care which one, just a policeman. So not specific. If I want the city policeman that works in our neighborhood, I'm talking about a certain person. But see how the noun just starts with a consonant? Not A, E, I, O, or U, just P. So it's a policeman. I wouldn't use an. Here though, the noun starts with an E. A, E, I, O, U, which is a vowel. So instead of we use an. When I was at the zoo, I saw an elephant. I wouldn't say I saw a elephant because the noun starts with a vowel, so I need an elephant. You'll see some more examples here, and hopefully as you watch this video you can pause and look at these examples. A boy, because B is not a vowel. A car, C is not a vowel. A zoo, Z is not a vowel, so they're all just a. But then here are a bunch of nouns that start with vowels. E, A, I, O. So that's why it's an elephant, an egg, an apple. So as you can see, those are articles, something that modifies the noun. We need it in front of the noun. And it can be the if it's specific, or I love how I use my hands and you can't even see my hands. If it's specific, the if it's specific, if it's not. And an if that vowel starts with, that noun starts with a vowel. So pause this video and look at these examples and email me with any questions. Have a wonderful week, and we will talk to you next week. Bye everyone.